Our next topic is language. A language is a set of strings. A language can be either finite or infinite set, which means a language is a set which contains strings, and it can be either finite or infinite set. Take an example: alphabet equal to a comma b, two symbols. Then the language L1 equal to set of all strings of length exactly 2, which means L1 is a language which contains set of all strings whose length is exactly 2. So here these strings are containing their length exactly 2. If you see, every string has exactly 2 symbols in the strings, so their length will be 2. And you can see it is a finite set. So we can tell that L1 is a finite language. Take another language L2 equal to set of all strings starting with A, which means L2 is a language which contains the strings whose starting symbol is A, and it should not contain the strings which does not start with A. If you see, here all strings are starting with the symbol A, and you can also see this is an infinite set. So we can tell that L2 is an infinite language. And in the same way, you can take the other examples, like you can take an example L3. L3 equal to set of all strings whose length is greater than or equal to 2. Whose length is greater than or equal to 2. So this language should contain the strings whose length is greater than or equal to 2. And these strings are possible over alphabet A comma B. So the strings will be A, AB, BA, BB, and AAA, and so on. Here each string have the length. Here these strings are having the length 2, and the total set is having the strings whose length is greater than or equal to 2. If you see the language L3, it should contain all the strings whose length is greater than or equal to 2. You can take the other example L4. Set of all strings whose length is less than or equal to 2. Less than or equal to 2. So this language will contain the string whose length is less than or equal to 2. So the string will start from epsilon, because epsilon is a string whose length is 0. And A comma B and AA, AB, BA, and BB. So only 7 strings, and this is a finite set. And we can tell that L4 is a finite language, has their finite set of strings in the set. So finally, L1 is a finite language, L2 is an infinite language, L3 is an infinite language, and L4 is a finite language.